New in Leverage 2023 R3 Ag sales features are mostly around prepay and some of the abilities and new features inside the prepay functionality. First of all, let's take a look at entering a new prepay and some of the new features added in that process. So I have a journal here for prepays, and I'm just going to go ahead and use that journal and enter a new customer prepay. So you'll see, just like the old feature, features, that we can go ahead and add, pick a customer. And let's just use Johnson Brothers payment reference. Let's say it's spring 2024 fertilizer. And the amount, let's say they paid us $5,000. And now we go to say, hey, it was a uncontracted prepay. So we can add a line here. And let's say that was for item, let's say we did it for urea. And this is the prepayment price. Let's say, again, we're set up for urea to be a per pound price. So let's say it's did 15 cents a pound. And the quantity here based on the $5,000 it already figured out. So this is the new feature. It automatically calculates the quantity here based on the dollar amount, the 5,000 and the 15 cents. It just did the math and says, hey, that comes to about 33,000 pounds. Let's make it a little bit easier and just do a 50 cents per pound, and now it comes out 10,000 pounds. So that's a new feature that we've added, is that ability then to automatically calculate that quantity. In addition to that, since we said this was spring prepay, and maybe we don't want the customer to be able to use that prepay after spring, right? It needs to be used before, say, June or July 1st. We have added this effective date from and to date. So if we don't want them, if when we're entering it now and it's good, they can use it anytime from now until the expiration date of, let's put in 06/30. And now the system will track, whoops, 06/30/2024. Now the system will make this prepay available, and the automatic prepay features will use this from today, effective date of blank, until June 30th. Now, if we don't want them to be able to use it until March 1st, we can do that by putting an effective date in. So now, if we do a sales invoice for some urea before March 1st, this prepay will not be available. So this is a new feature that we've added, is the effective from and to dates, and that's how that works. Another feature that we've added here is the ability to call up a prepay after it's been entered in, and maybe you want to adjust it. So that one I just saved, maybe we want to change it. We don't like it. So we can go into the enter prepay. We click the journal for those prepays that we were just entering. We enter the prepay button, and we do a search for the vouchers that are in there. And we must have not have saved it, because we might not have hit the save in journal. But we had this other one in here from the save. And then that calls that prepay back up. Since it hasn't been posted, we could change it, change the price, change the quantity, whatever we need to here. So that's a new feature, to be able to recall a prepay that was entered that maybe isn't, needs to be changed or updated before it's posted to General Ledger and finalized at that point. We've had some reason codes throughout the system to be able to track why we are doing some transactions. So let's take a look at what does that mean. So let's say we're going to change a prepay, and we want to go into, we're going into inquiries and reports, and we're going into prepay lines, and we're going to pick our customer. we'll just pick Anderson, and display his prepayments. And you'll notice here he's got some for corn, which is kind of crazy, but we have some urea and some MAP here. And let's say, for example, they want to change the MAP. They've got $77,000 left. They're going to do a change in their plan, and they want to use a different product. We can just click on that voucher or click on that row and adjust that prepay. And now in the new feature is we have a reason code. These reason codes can be set up in advance or can be done on the fly. And so let's take a look, and let's say the item, the customer changes his mind on what item. So we can put the reason that this adjustment is being made is because of an item change. We can also just pick a reason code. Let's say it was wrong price and wrong price can be hit. And then with this transaction, the reason for the wrong price will be tracked to why this was changed. Maybe we go in here and map and change the price. Okay, so that's a new feature to be able to track those reason codes on that prepay adjustment. With that adjustment feature, we can also require a prepay a reason code. We can do that by going to Ag Sales, Agriculture Parameters, under Setup, Payments, and require reason on prepay changes. You can set that to yes. So then if you make adjustments to prepayments, there has to be it will require you to enter a reason code for that. Otherwise, I have it set up as option. We could not put a reason code on there, or you can require it based on this setup. A prepayment statement was added to Levridge 2023 R3. Let's take a look at how that goes. So under Ag Sales, Inquiries and Reports, we have added this customer prepay statement. We click on that and we get this screen that allows you to use the print management features. It can allow you to do a date interval, last week, last year, last month. Those are mostly often used if you're going to run the reports in the background. But we're going to do it ad hoc. So we are going to default the statement from the 1st of January of 24 to the end of January. Let's take a look at what that statement looks like. Now this statement is specifically used to track prepayment activity. So it's a prepay statement. You'll see the statement date, which account it's for, the prepay balance here up at the top, and the customer name and address here. Now we had two prepays that were in the system for them. One was the document here that was done in that was balance brought forward of $100,000. The second prepay we created in January 3rd for $27,000, and it was all for urea. And then we transferred from urea here as a decrease, $24,000 of it we transferred from urea and transferred it to MAP, okay? And then after that, on the 3rd of January, we did 3 loads where we used urea, a little urea, and a little bit of MAP, and we consumed here on the 9th, we used some prepay for some more MAP of $900. That leaves of this $27,000 prepay here that was created on the 3rd of January that they gave us. We used it up, and the balance now is for $20,430. So this prepay, this little section here shows all the activity that happened to that particular prepay. So the 20,000 that are left, along with this 100,000 that was brought forward, leaves us $120,000 prepay balance, $120,430. So that new statement can be ran for one customer, it can be ran for a bunch of customers, and it gives a nice detail of everything that happened to the prepay on that account. So that's a wrap on the prepay features that were added to Levridge 2023 R3.